I think Palpatine's return in Rise of Skywalker, and you could argue also Shadows of the Empire, enhances Palpatine. And here's why. In the original trilogy, Palpatine is depicted as an old, aging wizard. He's looking for a replacement or a new apprentice. But the way he behaves invites a lot of danger. Given that he is dismissive of Vader to an extent, and even seems to want to completely replace him with Luke, that means he's very open to the idea of being struck down by Luke. It's possible that he expects Vader to protect him, but if his opinions on Vader are so low, that seems unlikely. He just wants Luke to turn to the dark side. Now, originally, my interpretation was always that he just wants continuation for the Empire and is fine with him dying as long as the Empire lives on through someone else. But with what we find out about Palpatine in the prequels, changes that, makes that impossible, essentially. He's a very selfish man, a very manipulative man, a man with a million plans all at once, all going off in their own directions. He basically controls just about everything. More importantly, he is bordering on the obsessive when it comes to immortality. One of the key areas where I think this is evident is the opera house scene. Originally, it's more meant to be that he's teasing Anakin, luring him to the dark side. But with what we know in Rise of Skywalker and what happens in Return of the Jedi, Palpatine's messaging is far darker, cruel even. Because what he's telling Anakin is, I know the secrets to immortality. I can bring people back from the dead. I will do it for those I love, which doesn't include you. He's telling his would-be apprentice that he doesn't respect him, but he's not lying about the power he has. And so whilst Anakin is, arguably his greatest henchman, that's all he is. And in Return of the Jedi, there's some tension with the two. He's fine with dying because he can come back, because he can save those he loves, which is basically him, and that's it. The only person he loves is himself. So then what is his plan in Return of the Jedi? To get Luke to kill him. If Luke kills him, he can inhabit Luke's body. He's a dying emperor in search of a new descendant. It's just that in his case, it's not a literal descendant, it's just a new body. Now, I'm sure he has plans B, C, D, E, F, and G, right? It's Palpatine we're talking about. He probably has a million more plans. And I'm sure among them, there were contingencies in case Vader won, in which case he'd probably say, okay, well, Vader's the more powerful solution. We need him. So no matter what happens to Palpatine in Return of the Jedi, his soul would either bounce into a new body or reappear in Exegol, ready to continue his plan. It's not that what happened with the sequels is his plan A, it's that it's part of his grander multi-phase contingencies, right? It's not that things went his way exactly. His defeat brought the galaxy a lot of peace, and his return was enabled by the New Republic's lack of coordination and foresight. I believe he could have been stopped. Anyway, so just like Palpatine wanted to do with Luke, in Rise of Skywalker, he tries to do the same with Rey. I also think it's possible that he had Kylo as a plan B. In fact, it's even arguable that maybe originally he was going to pit them together to see which one was the more suitable host. Anyway, if he inhabited Rey's body, he would not have to worry about mortality for a very long time and have a new body to rule from. And so Palpatine is now a full continuous character. He is both the wizard seeking continuation in the form of another body and the mastermind with a million plans and an obsession with immortality. Now, thanks to the sequels, there is one whole entire story about Palpatine, and that is why I will forever defend Rise of Skywalker as a great unifier for the Star Wars series. But that's not the only reason. There's another reason, but I might make a separate video on that.